Evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review and Happy New Year. I hope that you all celebrated and brought in the new year with a bang. It is 2020 and we are so excited to be bringing you another year of Grandma's Attic Music Review. It's going to be a good one. We've got bands lined up until March, and I'm excited to tell you that it's going to be some of the best music that you've heard anywhere. So, that being said, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on tonight. I have brought back to the studio, they haven't been here for a very long time, two of my favorite musicians. First of all, they're totally unique. They're not like anything you've ever seen before, and that's one of my heart songs about them. They just play wonderfully, and they're engaging, and Sarah has a beautiful voice, and it's going to be an amazing night of music for you. I met these two out in Old Saybrook. When I was back in the day managing bands, I managed them for a little while, put them on stage a few places. We did some fun things together, and now they do their own thing. They play all over the place. We'll talk about that when we talk to them. But please help me welcome into your home for this first show of 2020, Harper and Owens.
Wow, thank you. Thanks, Dot. Good to see you again.
Beautiful to be here.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Let's start off with an original, shall we?
With a little pain, run around for a taste of buried treasure. Now there's pain again. I take my pleasure with a smile. Oh, I can take it with a frown. I don't know which way's up anymore. What up with down? Some people go out looking for love, and others go on with their hurt. Every now and then I can be one or the other. That's just one of my quirks. But every now and then I run into somebody who makes me feel good again. Every other time it's one thing or another, until I'm losing my mind. But every now and then I run into somebody who makes me feel good again. If you wanna be that someone to me, oh, you know what I mean. Then when you go, you see it's not love. Oh, that really hurts. Give it some time, you hope to unwind. We're all returning to dirt. But every now and then I run into somebody who makes me feel good again. Every other time it's one thing or another, until I'm losing my mind. But every now and then I run into somebody who makes me feel good again. If you wanna be that someone to me, oh, you know what I mean.
another original one now that I think kind of,
Working Man's Whist. I was playing the magic little chord one night, and Sarah comes running down the hall with the notebook in her
like
hand.
how to be. Don't stop! Don't stop playing that. That's really, really good. And something's happening. I'm getting some lyrics here, so don't stop. And from that moment on, he became his not home lyricist because his hands are full of guitar and I'm scribbling away. Kind of unfair. But this, we think this describes the human condition for a lot of people. Sadly, but it's okay. Happy endings are okay.
The Working Man's Whist.
When you scramble to your job each day, you work your life, you love your chances away.
Too much to do today.
Tell yourself to stop for a while. Give a downhearted stranger a smile,
It's bound to be okay.
Times are hard, you're not alone. Relax.
You're
Wasted time turns to stone, so don't look back. In my life there's been trouble I've been turned. I'll never know what I could have learned if I had only slowed my ways. Use the beepers in the back of your head. Daily wake and stretch, look under your bed. You're fine. Now get to work on time. Why so worried? Just can't help but pine. Always in a hurry, never have the time. The grass may be greener, at least you have a lawn. Times are hard, you're not alone. Relax. Your wasted time turns into stone, so don't look back. La 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 la. When you scramble to your job each day, you work your life, you love your chances away. Too much to do today. Tell yourself to stop for a while. Give a downhearted stranger a smile, It's bound to be okay. Why so worried? We just can't help but pine.
We're always in a hurry, never have the time.
The grass may be greener, but at least you have a lawn. Why so worried? Just can't help but pine. We're always in a hurry, never have the time. The grass may be greener, but at least you have a lawn. La 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 la. La 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 la.
It's bound to be okay.
take a sip, and then
There you are.
we're gonna do a cover.
The cover. What's that?
A cover? Something you put over a cake.
Okay, so we're gonna cover over cake.
We're gonna cover over a cake.
What do you want to cover?
The
What kind of
Beatles.
cake you want to cover? A
I
Beatles
I
cake.
want a Beatles cake.
Okay.
I want a Beatles cake too.
Okay,
Beatles
on
cake
the
it is.
list. I got something to say that might cause you pain. Catch you talking to the boy again. I'm gonna let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. Now it's the second time I called you talking to him. Do I have to tell you one more time? I think it's a sin. I think I let you down and leave you flat. Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that.
Everybody's free. I'm the one who won your love.
But if they see
You talking that way, they laugh in my face.
so please listen to me.
If you wanna stay mine, I can't help my feelings. I go out of my mind. I'm gonna let you down.
Let you down.
Flat.
I'm gonna let you down and leave you flat.
Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. But everybody's
Everybody's free. 'Cause I'm the one who won your love. But if they see
me talking that way, they laugh in my face. So
please listen to me.
if you wanna stay mine,
Can't help my feelings, I go out of my mind. I think I'll let you down. Let you down.
flat.
I'm gonna let you down and leave you flat.
Because I told you before, oh, you can't do that. Because I told you before, oh, you can't
Can't do that.
Because I told you before, oh, you can't
Can't do that.
All right.
Oh, the Fab Four always give a little bow. Even Ringo would get up from his drum kit with his sticks. Okay, you want to do that swamp song?
Swamp song? Okay.
This is one that Jim wrote before he joined along with me, or before vice versa. I tapped onto him. It's pretty applicable to these times too. Try to be topical.
The actual name of the song is Doesn't Make It True.
I call it swamp song because I like the alligator.
This guitar's hot.
a misfit come from outer space. It's a wonder they allowed me to join the human race. All the signs and parables, they say I'm crazy as a loon. The rhythm I'll make worldly go no further than the moon.
You walk with me in the clouds tonight. We'll go to your place and we'll drink some coffee, talk all night. Think something's going on here. The government's too big. I'll tell you now, them corporate boys
are mean and nasty, your pig.
They siphon off your tax money.
That's a corporate shake.
They overcharge for useless crap.
Would you give me a break?
Then walk with me in the clouds tonight. We'll find safe home, you know. I think you and me, we're gonna go for it.
Pay double twice. Store away their junk.
You don't use it twice or once. You swallow their bunk. There's a thread to your star and it's a latch to your heart. Bruising your belly and takes you up to your star. Okay.
Neil Young. Let's bring some Neil Young in. Oh, now you know.
We had one picked, didn't we?
Yes, it was that one.
No. To follow this, it was going to be.
You start
Okay.
playing. You've got the guitar, so you get to call the shots. That is the way it is. I'll just drum, hum, sing, ooh, ah, dance.
This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind.
Not yet.
Okay. Do that, and then you'll be ready?
Yeah.
Yep, this is another original that we wrote, and I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but it certainly happened to me and a few people that I've talked to. And sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh my God, why did I say that? And then he split. Or why didn't I say that? And he drove away. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't really call it. It's not the same. So this one we entitled Words Unsaid.
Whatever words are said in the dark of night, bruised and blue, not feeling right.
Never go to sleep with words unsaid.
Back to back silence
Is next door to dead until you speak it out. Let me know.
Twisted secrets are a stealthy road. Let it go.
Yeah, lose the thread. Hold on, river.
Evaporate
the bed. If
there's a question
posed in the night,
right before my bird takes flight, no phone
call can reassure.
the eyes, the arms, the lips are the only cure.
Until you speak it out, let me know.
Twisted secrets are a stealthy
Wrong, let it go. Yeah, lose the thread. Hold on, river. Separate the bed. Uneasy
isn't ever
readily fixed.
Apply
A band-aid, you know you need a stitch. Morning light isn't quite simply put. It's already starting to fade as you head to work. Unless you speak it out, let me know.
Twisted secrets
Are a stealthy throw, let it go. Yeah, lose the thread. Hold on, river. Separate the bed.
Whatever words are said in the dark of night,
Bruised and blue, not feeling right.
bruised and blue, not feeling right. Bruised and blue, not feeling right. You're bruised and blue. You're bruised and blue.
Sarah's song.
Jim's song too. Yeah. Let me see. Do you want to do This is not on a Saturday night, right? Okay.
Doesn't matter what it is. You can do whatever you want on this show.
I love that. Thank you.
Crosby, Stills and Nash song.
Written by David Crosby, covered by Jefferson Airplane. You want to know how it will be, me and her, or you and me. You both stand there, your long hair flowing, eyes alive, your mind still growing, saying to me, what can we do now that we both love you? If you're crazy too, I don't really see, why can't we go on as three? You are afraid, embarrassed too. No one's ever said such a thing to you. Your mother's space stands at your shoulder, eyes like ice, a little bit colder, saying to you, you cannot do that, it breaks all the rules we learned in school. But I don't really see, why can't we go on as three? Love each other, it's plain to see. There is just one question that comes to me. Sister, lover, water brothers, and in time so you see, what we can do now is try something new. If you're crazy too, I don't really see, why can't we go on as three? Okay, we have time for two more. Yeah, two more. Yeah, Grandma. She's so cool. She just sits there, yeah, whatever. Go. Would you like to do that gnarly, kind of nasty song that I wrote? Yeah. This one's hard to explain. Although it's based on a true life situation. Jim and I were rehearsing, and I had a little beautiful white cat, and she loved hearing us play. And so we we'd play, and she'd get underfoot, and every once in a while, I think maybe once, Jim accidentally stepped on her, and meow, we got it all on the recording. Got it all on tape. Thus, the genesis of "You stepped on my cat," or in other words, yeah, carelessly stupid with my heart. Don't want you, don't need you. Why are you looking like that? Can't use you, can't stand you. Ah, you just stepped on my cat. I know you didn't mean to. You're really clumsy like that. Carelessly stupid with my heart. This ignorance knows no bliss. Never really knew from the start we can't go on like this. Don't want you, don't need you. Why are you hanging around? Your lips are denying. You know I can't stand that sound. Your forte is lying. You're very crafty like that. Stupid with my heart. This ignorance knows no bliss. You never really knew from the start. I can't go on like this. 2, 3, 4. I really have got to set you free. I just don't know how. The woman you were texting wants to sleep. And when I get hurt, I wanna hurt back. But I'm trying not to be like that. Don't want you, don't need you. You turned out way back when I fell in the toilet. You left the seat up again. You said you were so sorry, and then you tweeted all your friends. 'Cause you're carelessly stupid with my heart. This feeling is no bliss. Yeah. Don't want you, don't need you. I drained you out of my heart. Yeah, we played this for a bunch of little kids one time, and we said we can't play this song. It's too mean. All as in one voice. Play it.
Right? Right?
Yeah. That's right.
Snarky little breakup song.
Snarky little breakup song.
Well, if you guys are ready to come talk to me, you can do that.
Let's do that. I'd
So-
love to do that though.
While they're getting over here and getting mic'd up, let me remind you that coming up the end of January, oh yeah, it's the Hygienic Salon d'Independance. And if you have a piece of art that you'd like to put in a show, this is the show to do it in. Everybody can put a piece of art in. Doesn't matter, it's not judged, it's not juried, it's just come and see the art that your friends and family and neighbors and community are doing. So get your piece of art ready and let's get them into the Hygienic Art Show this year. It's going to be fabulous. I'll have more on that coming up. I just know that you're going to have a blast with it. I'm going to have a blast with it. I'm putting a piece of art in because why not? It's a fun thing to do, right? Okay, also remember it's winter time. It's cold out there. Let's remember to check on our neighbors. More on that in just a minute. I'm going to talk to these two because we had a lot to talk about. I'm going to turn my little chair around. Hi, guys.
So long.
Oh my gosh.
Last time we were here, it was a Halloween. We were dressed up.
Yes, you were. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And it's so much fun to have you here now.
Thank you.
You guys have been doing this for quite a while now. How long have the two of you been playing together?
That will be 15 years this May.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
Yeah.
A lot of bands don't have that kind of longevity. What do you attribute that to?
being best friends.
Being best friends.
Really. Yeah,
Well-
I mean, that's such a pat answer. It really is. It's, it's pretty trite. But we're such good friends. We can tell each other anything, and we do. And it's not as if, we spend every night hashing and rehashing and rehashing. We take nights off.
Right?
And then we watch old movies.
How much fun is that?
And it's really fun with pizza, an old movie, Bogart and a slice. That's all right. And then we spend a lot of time if we can outside walking around. I'm a child of nature, and so is Jim. And that's where I get a lot of my inspiration is just walking out, especially near water.
I know, the water thing. You're not a water baby at all either.
No, I'm just a plain old mermaid.
Right?
Yeah.
You and I both just can't live without the water.
These legs hurt. I want my fins back.
I want my fins back, right?
Yeah.
At this age, it's time to have our fins back, and it will be a good thing. So, Jim writes a song here and there, but you do the majority of the songwriting. Is that correct?
Currently. Oh, no. Actually, you just came up with a doozy. Yeah, I take that back. It's about half and half now.
Really?
Yeah, when I came to Jim, he had a whole collection, and I fit myself in where I could. Some of those we did. And then as I explained, his hands were full of guitar one night, so I started writing lyrics, and I've been writing them ever since. But, then something will happen because nobody's perfect, and life is imperfect, and cause or fodder or grist for the mill will arise again for another song, sometimes out of happiness, sometimes out of despair. And so, we're both still cranking them out.
What is it that inspires you most to write a song?
Falling in love and falling out of love,
Okay.
in that order. For me.
I get that.
That's right. It's love songs. There's the love song in, and there's the extrication out.
There's I'm so excited, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. This is the only person in the world, this is my destiny, and you write a million songs.
Right.
And then you break up 2 months later, and you say, oh my God, my heart is broken, I can't go on anymore, and you write 2 million songs. So.
Right.
Every song you hear on the radio seems to play into the emotional mood that you're in. Just for some reason, that's the way pop music is written and what we listen to. Now it's gone way beyond pop at this point. Everything is music, music, music. When I was younger, there were 3 forms of music. There was soul and jazz and pop. And now there's 1,000 genres and subgenres, and we just feel that we've stepped up to create our own, washed out all our influences of what we do, and have our own musical identity.
And what do you call that?
We call it psychedelic rock with a blues backbone and a tiny bit of folk. Because if you talk about the common man, like we did in the, how am I going to work if I don't get work, I won't get money.
Right.
That's a commonplace man situation, woman situation. And that's what folk is about, writing.
That is absolutely what
writing
folk
about-
is about.
Writing about life, all its ups and downs.
And the psychedelic part comes in.
when
Absolutely.
Sarah does her Grace Slick imitation.
Absolutely.
The gong helps.
What makes you decide to choose to cover a song? What is it that a song has to have in order for you to choose to cover it?
Oh, Lord. Well, I'll take this one first, and then you go for
Sure.
it. So I'm a fan of Criminal Minds and Dr. Spencer Reid.
Mm-hmm.
At
I like
one
him.
point,
He's very intelligent.
yes, very, 10 degrees. During one of the shows, he mentioned that our musical memories are implanted when we're between 11 and 13 years old. So that would put me, kind of form us.
Mm-hmm.
We keep forming and we keep growing, but our hearts and minds and souls get very touched when we're that young age, just coming into teenage.
Mm-hmm.
And so the songs that actually call to me are from like 1971.
I can understand. I can relate.
I really, when we were in the 70s, we said the 70s suck. And now that we're almost in 2020, I will say that, upon
we're
reflection.
we're in 2020 now.
Where are we? Oh, God.
Yes, this is the first show of 2020.
Oh, hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. So where was I going with that?
You were telling me about why you choose a cover.
Oh, right. Okay, so those are the ones that really resonate with me, or the ones that I heard in the 70s a lot. And of course, the Beatles, because they saved my life. They saved America after JFK was shot.
Yeah,
and so
they did.
I'd say about maybe an eighth of the songs that we do per gig are Beatles. And then sometimes you just find a lovely song, and you know that you can make it yours, by putting yourself and your soul into it.
Right.
Your turn.
Well, anyway, we were cruising right along, writing original music, having the time of our lives. And there was,
Jim.
Don't say it. I'll say it. Go ahead.
there was my father, and he said he was a musician, a clarinetist, and he always had a band that was out there, extant, 3 to 5 nights a week. And he said, Jim, you and Sarah have to give up all this original music and learn the songs of your day. And we said, okay, well, and go play the dinner hour like I used to. Now, he was a New York orchestra musician. He came out here and learned the jazz. He learned the show tunes. He learned the songs of his day, the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Right.
And we took over to learn the songs of our day, going back to, say, some Mamas and Papas, and then
60s too.
and then the Carpenters, and what we've actually targeted is top 10 songs throughout the last 50 years. And we're trying to find
That's
that
wonderful.
as a-
Without sounding like a jukebox either.
Right. Well, I don't think that the Crosby, Stills, and Nash song is a normal.
Triad? Yeah.
That's not something that everybody does.
Nope.
That's not a normal cover, but it certainly resonates for people that have been in those situations.
Absolutely.
I think that's what songwriting does, is gives those of us that don't songwrite and don't know how to shoebox our emotions. We listen to singer-songwriters such as you guys that take songs and make them into something wonderful so that we can learn to express our emotions through your songs.
Thank you.
Through your songs
Thank
that make
you.
us express our emotions, because we didn't know how to do that before. That's what you guys do, and that's a wonderful thing. What made you
you.
decide to? What brought your style on? Because you guys aren't like anybody else out there. Nobody does what you do.
Nope.
Nobody. And that's a good thing, because you have an
Thank you.
original sound and we love it. But what made you decide to go that direction?
I'm going to say that, Jim, you wrote most of the music.
I
when
like the
met-
music.
When I met
You
him.
know, I run the rehearsals, Sarah runs the shows.
That's
and,
true. That's true.
You know, vocally, she calls a song, can you do this? And we try to get through it, see if we can first elicit the feel of the song, and then we'll actually go to learn it, knowing that, she can melodically bring out the beauty in that song. So if I can come up to speed with it, we're good. Then we rehearse it until we can just play it.
But that didn't answer my question. What made you guys decide to do, because the rhythm section, shall we say, is not a normal rhythm section.
No, not normal at all.
The sound that you guys project is not normal. Two people doing what you guys do is not, it's just not out there. It's just not. And that's fine with me. I love what you guys do. I always have. So what made you decide to do what you do and bring to the world what you bring?
Well, first of all, of course, as always, is self-expression, especially in the songs that we write. Quite frankly, the covers started coming along because people would ask for a few songs here and there, and I gotta say this. Ever since we started doing covers, people have come up to us and said, "Oh, you guys have really improved." And I only attribute that to the fact that, people's responses to songs that they know can be so strong. Whether it's your first love in high school or your last love in college, or however you want to, play it, people want to be moved, and a lot of the time, something that hasn't been repeated, and this through radio, although you're not commercial, thank God.
We do.
I did. Where was I going with that? People like to hurl themselves into memories. You know, like opening a bottle of perfume. We'll just bring it right back.
Right.
And so I think covers, you know, for their own are good. There's somebody's good work. They're just not ours. So I guess the idea is to play enough so that our songs become recognizable and create new memories for people.
Well, I worked long and hard to work out the influences and to wash them out of what we play. I come from the blues, I come from jazz, and I try not to incorporate any of that, but just to get into a song, elicit some feel, take the words that Sarah has, and make music out of it. It's a long, hard process. I asked my brother, have I achieved that? And he said, yeah, because he would know my influences. He knew them all. And he says, I can't see it anymore. So I said, good, we've achieved that at least, and we're moving on in the right direction. We've seen a lot of bands that sound alike. They try to sound alike. For what Sarah's saying, you know, if you can elicit that feel and think, oh, that sounds like such and such, well, that becomes a winning formula too.
And you get the girls in. And when you get the girls in, you're going to get the
guys
boys in. Because the girls are dancing and the guys are dancing, and now we're all thirsty and we want beer. So bars are...
covers all the things.
Yeah.
One of the problems with this TV show is that it's too short, and we have run out of time.
Oh.
So that's horrible, and because I could talk with you guys for another hour easily. But what I'd like you to do, if you could, and if you would, is take us out with a song, and that would be wonderful. And we'll have you guys back in a few months, and that would be awesome. And can people find you on social media at all? Are you out there? And
Facebook.
Are you playing?
Facebook we have. And we often play a really wonderful coffee house called Two Wrestling Cats.
Two Wrestling Cats.
Yeah.
We love Two Wrestling Cats. Can you go get ready, take off your little...
Thank you. Otherwise, I'd be dragging a chair with me.
That's right.
That'd be fun.
So it is winter time, and I would like to remind you that in a community, we take care of our neighbors. So if you have neighbors with children, then please check that those kids have socks and shoes on, socks and coats. It's cold out now. These kids need to have some socks on their feet and mittens on their hands. Check on your elderly neighbors. Make sure they have heat. Make sure they have food in the fridge. Make sure that they have water to drink. These are important things to do in a community, is to check on your neighbors. So until next week, everybody, welcome to 2020. I'm so blessed to be able to bring you music every week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. If you want to go back and check out a show you might have missed, check out YouTube. And until next week, everybody, bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Dot.
And Happy New Year.
This is a song I wrote while Sarah watched me. And now we sing it together.
I'm good at that.
I was playing it at a show, an outdoor show, and this fellow from the Tokens was there. This is a guy with actual hits of his own, and when I got to my little runaway chorus, he jumped right up out of his seat. So
That's always
I was like, okay, I like this too.
Think about those things I did not want to know. It all comes back to me in a flash and says we got to go. I'm sitting here without a clue. You just rock me out. We'll make a day for May next week and the blue will check
Just
them
mount.
out. It all comes back to you. And it all comes back to you. When I think about those things I'd really rather do,
is talk about the love we share,
and not
despite
this
what
me
we've
and
been
you
through.
stuff.
If you've got some time to listen, I will fill you in
about this thing in life. They say it's all just sink or swim. It's not just sink or swim. And it all comes back to